Hey fellas, welcome back to the shop. Working on the Deuce again today. Once again, getting a lot done every day now. It's getting to the point where just the things that are left to do are easy to get done fairly quickly. So, hope you enjoyed the little one-day intermission with the Jeep control arm thing. That just something I've been waiting to post, and I thought you guys might enjoy something different after what 5-6 months of just this Deuce and a half project. So, anyway. You've seen in the past few videos, I've been working on the intercooler and stuff. I finally got it final mounted. Working on, let's see, I've got my headlight panels. I've got them finished. They're ready to go on. Got my gauge cluster hanging out there. It's painted. I've got the gauges all over on the bench over there. They're painted and ready to go. Just got to put all that back together and put it in. I've got the wiring up in there. Put away and pretty much finished. I've still got to make the little two-prong electrical connector for the light for the air switch, but that's all I've got left to do in there. That can go back together. I can put the seat in, well, both seats in, put the top on. So, which is good because it's about to start raining again. Let's see, the intercooler. So I actually really liked how this turned out, the radiator and intercooler. So. Not sure, I can't remember where I left off in the last video. By the way, I spilled like a half a gallon of coolant all over the inside of the fender and on the floor. That was sweet. So I chopped down the front of the bracket. Finally figured I was done. That's the last mounting position, so I went ahead and cut it off. Cleaned it up nice, rounded the corners, broke the edges, you know, and painted it, put it on. Looks great. We got it mounted in there with the old springs. I was able to clean those up in the blaster, prime them, paint them. I got my brackets done and figured out. Now, the reason I've left these edges out and square instead of cutting them off at an angle to make them look nice, well, you see how I mounted this edge out as well, right? This is to leave me mounting options later on for things like an oil cooler or a small AC condenser or something. There's plenty of room here, but I wanted to leave myself mounting options later on. So those are going to stay like that. I did finally replace that rotten end on the horn wire. So I figured I needed to go ahead and do that because I kept putting it off. The intercooler, okay, when I made these brackets, that one and that one, I drilled the mounting holes exactly the same distance out from the inside of the well, from this surface. Okay, now if you look at this from both sides, you'll see that I've got an ample amount of space here between the intercooler and this bolt, and the intercooler and this mounting bolt down here. 3 radiator mounting bolts on each side. Okay, now if you go over here, I've got the same amount of space at the top, roughly, maybe a little less on this side. But down here, it is, and I've already slotted that hole and moved it out. It's kind of uncomfortably close. Now, after doing a lot of checking and measuring and stuff, I figured out that intercooler, either the whole thing is warped or the peg on the bottom on this side is welded on, like 3/8 of an inch, something like that. Maybe not even that, maybe 3/16. Yeah, it's just like 3/16 farther out, which brings the intercooler in farther on this side. So I've moved it out as much as I can by slotting the hole. I even drilled it out to a 3/8 instead of a 5/16, and I can't get it out any farther without opening up the hole bigger than I want to, and then leaving room for it to slide around later and loosen up. So it is what it is. These top brackets, I bent those out of I think that's 1.5 or 2 inch by 1/8 inch. And I measured it. It's exactly a 13-inch piece. You go from here down to here on both sides. That one on the other side ended up being just a little bit shorter, but not, you probably can't even tell. Look, here's, see the space from the end to the outside of the bracket here. If we go to the other side, so it's pretty much exactly the same. So I know the top of the intercooler is well placed, and you see it's, yeah, I think I did a pretty good job with that. I had to put a washer here because it actually, I had to keep it up. It's not where it would hit that corner because I mounted it farther out this way on that bracket, but it was too close. I didn't like it, so I put a washer under that, and it picked it up enough to make me comfortable. Lock washers, of course, top and bottom. The hardware on that is metric. It's like 8mm, I think. So that's different, but whatever, it works. I've got my, I was gonna put some 90-degree aluminum elbows on here so I could just use straight boots, which don't blow off or tear as easy. But my one buddy I know around here that has a TIG machine that can weld aluminum, his TIG machine isn't working anymore. So I'm using 90-degree boots there. They're 4-ply, rated for like 45 PSI. Should be enough. They're 3-inch to 3-inch. But it'll work. You know, it'll get me on the road. So, yeah. So next is the headlight panels. Will go. Well, I've still got to build my fan shroud, and yeah, I don't want to forget that. So that's why the headlight panels aren't on here yet. This, you saw this sitting here a minute ago. This is just like some door weather stripping, some self-adhesive stuff, and it's going to go in between the intercooler and the radiator on the sides, and I think I'm going to have to find something a little larger for the top and bottom, because there's I don't know, two fingers worth of space between there. I haven't measured it, but it's about equal on the bottom. So I'll probably have to find some like garage door weather stripping or something to go between there. And that, once again, is just to direct the airflow. If it's open on the sides, then instead of pulling air through the intercooler, the fan will pull it around the intercooler some. So the more I seal up between the two, the more air will flow through the intercooler instead of around it. Now up top, actually I'm not going to use weather stripping on top. I've got some old truck bed rubber matting, and it looks like crap, but it's all I have that'll work right now. Let's see if I can just cut it and form it, maybe lay it in here and rivet it or something. Well, that wouldn't be a good idea because I need to be able to take it off. I don't know. I'll figure out something, or I'll leave it the way it is. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't gotten there. My coolant overflow return bottle, that's obviously not gonna work. I knocked it off already, so. Oh, crap. So much to do, so much done, so much left to do. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to catch you guys up with that. Not sure what I'm gonna do with the radiator fan shroud yet. I've got, I think I'm gonna have to go get some more 1/8-inch flat strap like that. On the other side, on this corner to go down, I could use some of the 8th angle iron I've got, which is just the same as this stuff right here. I think it's 1 inch by 1 inch by 8. But on this side, it's too close. It's too close to the alternator pulley and all. If I was to put it on this corner, it'll hit that. So I can't use angle on this side. And yeah, I'll figure that out. I probably don't need it, but if I can put a fan shroud on it, it'll pull more air through the intercooler and all from a stop, you know. You get on it, the fan will spin a little faster, maybe. I don't know. I may just put all this together, and I may put this all together, just throw the headlight panels on here and stuff, and because I really don't have that much left to do before I can actually put it on the road. So not flowing a whole lot of air through that off idle is not a big deal. I had it running for hours the other day, and it didn't run hot, even with the fan just barely spinning. It never engaged the fan clutch. So and it's a brand new fan clutch. It just doesn't get that hot, you know. It's a diesel, so I may leave it just to get it on the road. If I need to put a fan shroud on it later on, then, you know, it's nothing but pulling the headlight panels off and the grill off, and I can get to it also. I may do that for prudence sake at this point, because I'm way too far along in this. So thanks for watching, dudes. I will let you know when we get some more parts in and get some more stuff done. I'll just don't have any more to update you with than that right now. So I am working on the air tanks, but that's not a huge deal. When I get those back on, you'll see that too, probably next video. Anyway, check out our sponsors in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our new Facebook group. It's called Tactical Repair Channel on Facebook. Good place to get all your questions answered and just conversate about what I've done here on the videos and whatnot, or whatever, you know. Go in there and speak your mind. Later, dudes.